Hello, 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 and what is going on, everybody? It is Master TDS, and I am joined by my lovely wife,
Riding Raven.
And we're back for another episode of Psycho-Synopsis.
Indeed we are.
Yeah, and this is a segment for those new viewers.
Uh-huh.
This is a segment where we basically summarize all the psychos for you. So basically, in other words, probably Twitter.
Yeah, it's usually Twitter.
Most stuff we get comes from Twitter. But yeah, so you might have noticed there's some bit of different stuff going on today with our video, including the thumbnail and stuff. We'll talk about that later on in the video. Mm-hmm. But for now, we're going to jump straight in here because we have quite a few topics to cover today.
Yes.
So without further ado, let's jump into the first one.
To begin with, LGBTQ plus Lego. Hoo boy.
So, I'm a big fan of Lego. I used to play with Lego quite a lot when I was younger.
Same.
And look, I'm not gonna be here to tell you about how cringy this is, because it's cringy. We all know.
Yeah, everyone can tell.
But the thing that bothers me the most about this, like, I get wanting to be inclusive. The set's called Everyone is Awesome. How cliche.
It's not even a creative.
And it's literally a rainbow, and all the characters are solid colors.
No facial features, no clothing features.
They have hair.
Yeah, but, it's meh.
The thing that bothers me about this is not the fact that it's a... Well, first off, obviously it's pandering.
It is.
It's obviously pandering. Anybody can tell. If anybody tells me otherwise, that's just stupid, because it's obvious pandering.
Yes, but people are going to tell you otherwise.
Whatever. Anyways, the thing that bothers me the most is, you guys may not know this, but Lego actually comes from the word Gothic, which means play well. And this phrase is actually a Danish phrase, and Gothic, as I said, means play well, implying that Lego is made to be played with. Yes. Now, I'm not saying there aren't people out there who like to, collect and build, and I know those are the kind of people, and I have nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
Basically, what bothers me the most about this is, as I said, play well. How can you play with this?
You don't.
Hi, I'm Red Man, and I'm gonna play with you, Orange Woman thing. I don't know what you identify as or anything because there's no identifiable features. Couldn't they have just made one, completely yellow character with a bunch of different accessories that you could have put on them and said that you can make them whatever you want?
Like Mr. Potato Head?
Kinda. But no, it's Red Man and Black Black Woman and Brown Man and Blue Man and Green Woman and who cares?
And this isn't even intended for children. It's rated ages 18 and up.
Yeah, which is even worse. Now, again, I understand this is more of a collector's item, but you're gonna collect it, you're gonna put it on a shelf, and then what?
Let it gather dust.
And someone's gonna look at that and go, why do you have a bunch of solid colored Lego characters?
I have no answer.
That's pretty much what they're going to say. But yeah, anyways, not much else to talk about this. It's obvious pandering. I don't understand how you'd play with this.
You don't.
And again, our goal here on this channel is we don't necessarily want to get too much involved in gender politics and stuff like that, because that just is a rabbit hole that nobody wants to go down.
Seriously.
But I just don't see how this is something that anybody would want to play with or look at. It's not that appealing. It doesn't look like it requires much skill to create. And I just don't see the point of it. If you're going to make something like this, why not make it something that people could, revel in, look at, think, wow, that's beautiful. Instead, you get a rainbow and rainbow characters.
Yeah, but one other thing you could do if you want colorful Lego is just walk into a Lego store and they have barrels of every color of Lego pieces.
Yeah, I don't know anymore. I haven't played with Lego in ages. I had some Lego back when I was younger, but again, it's just kind of stupid to see this. Again, I'm not surprised, but I would have thought that if you're going to put, work into this kind of stuff, you might as well at least try.
Or try harder.
A little bit harder to make it look like something worth buying.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Next we have the Lois and Superman cartoon, and I put Lois in front of Superman because we all know it's going to be about Lois.
Well, it's called My Adventures with Superman.
Meaning it's about Lois.
Are you surprised?
No. I mean, just look at the way she looks. It's obvious SJW.
Yeah, now, obviously, I've had some fun with the my art and made Clark draw really bad Superman and bad writers, Clark. Bad writers everywhere. And then Jimmy doesn't like gingers. So a couple of things that bother me here. Obviously, this is all about Lois. We can understand it because it's called My Adventures with Superman. But the part that bothers me the most, now, many people may not know this. I've mentioned this on Twitter before. But my icon on here may be animated, but it is based off how I actually look. So I am, in fact, a redhead.
Yes, he is.
And one of the things that pisses me off the most is the fact that Hollywood hates redheads. And here's another example, and it's not even an original example, because they already made Black Jimmy Olsen in Supergirl. But now, here comes Black Jimmy Olsen again.
In a cartoon.
It's like whack-a-mole. You can't get rid of them. It's like, I want a redhead. Bop, no, here's a black one. Bop, here's another black.
Yeah. It's, you look, every single character that was originally a redhead, they've race swapped for a black person. And and yes, I understand that they want to be inclusive when it comes to race, but they're never inclusive about redheads.
Well, yeah, because Hollywood, as I said, hates redheads. It was supposed to be some kind of meme once in a while. Ha ha ha, funny. It's not. They hate us. They hate us. Anytime there's a redhead, they either get swapped out for a different gender or different race, or they they hire an actor or actress, and they dye their hair red. They don't even have natural redheads playing the role. What happened to being in your own lane, Hollywood? Make up your minds.
You know they're not going to.
They'd have to have minds to make up, we'd be honest with that.
Exactly.
So. But again, this is just another example of something that, again, that's all they released, and you already know the show's going to be a train wreck. And now, I'm not saying the show may not be good. It's possible.
No.
But it looks like crap. And even if it was good, the way that this looks and the way that they are marketing it makes it look like something that nobody would want to watch.
Seriously.
And that's the key point here, is that regardless of whether the show's good or not, why would you put something out that is unflattering? It's like saying, come eat our food, and then putting out a picture of a giant fat person. Would you want to go eat now?
No.
Exactly. Now, if we put it a guy who's smiling, taking a bite of a burger, would you want to go?
That is more appealing.
Exactly. This is putting out something that literally looks like everybody's worst nightmare. And then saying, do you want to come watch our cartoon?
No.
Yeah. And again, this is another example of this weird need to pander, race swap, gender swap. I personally am just tired of all of it.
Same. Who isn't these days?
I can't take it anymore. It's annoying, and it's also the purposeful. You can have representation. It just can't be about redheads. You want redheads? No. You want white males? Also no. But we'll have some white males just so that the other people who are smarter and better than them can boss them around. Redheads, they're genetic abnormalities and need to be destroyed.
They're not.
I've literally seen people say that on Twitter.
Yes, but if you want redhead representation, get away from TV and read a book.
Yeah, or watch anime. Anime tends to have enough redheads that are nuts.
Yes,
so
and some pretty badass redheads at that.
Yeah, but again, just another example of pandering. And speaking of pandering, we'll move on to our next topic.
Mm-hmm. Because it also has to do with swapping out redheads. Impulse!
Yeah, so The Flash is still going on. I didn't know.
I didn't care.
I did watch The Flash at the beginning.
First couple seasons, maybe.
And so it's apparently still going on, and I love how they say, my name is Barry Allen. I'm the fastest man alive.
He's not.
Except for these 15 other speedsters that come out of nowhere, but you don't have to know about them because I'm the fastest.
Yeah, but they're always faster than him. The whole point is that they're faster than him, and then he has to learn how to be faster than them.
And so here we have Impulse, the character Impulse. And as you can see, a side-by-side comparison. One of these things is not like the others. One of these things is cringe.
Seriously.
Can you guess which is cringe?
I think they can. And in the comics, Impulse is supposed to be Barry's grandson from the future. And considering how they already, swapped out Iris West, who was supposed to be a ginger, for a black person, and then they had to do the same with Wally, obviously they're going to do the same with Impulse because Impulse is also a redhead.
That, and I'm sorry, it just looks terrible.
It does. That's a really... I mean, even without the afro, it's just hideous.
It's just, like, why? Why?
Because they're dumb!
Yes, I know this, but, like, you would think at some point the money would run out. And it seems like they somehow have this endless supply of virtue bucks that allow them to magically make money. But, yeah, as you can see, the icon I put there is Flash Fail. Well, to be funny, it was actually Flash Sale until I changed it.
It works for this.
But, like, why? Why can't you just make the characters like they are in the comics? It's not that hard.
It is to them. They hate gingers.
Not even just that. It's like, why? You just... Oh, we don't like these characters the way they are. We have to be conclusive and diverse and blah, 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 blah. No one cares.
Seriously.
5 people on Twitter who can only see themselves in other characters. They're the people who care. The rest, all of us, sane people, we don't care.
Then again, what's sanity anymore?
Yeah. Speaking of that, let's move on. Again, there's not much to talk about this. We just wanted to bring this up because it's just fun to laugh at.
Yeah, we just brought this up to point and laugh.
And because it leads into a topic which we will have a lot more to discuss about.
Mm-hmm. Kevin Feige!
And as you can see, what's my job again?
Because he has recently come out and said that comics don't inspire the live-action versions.
Well, basically what he said was actually more along the lines of this. What he said was that, so a lot of comics in the past have sold very well. The more recent comics, such as Miss Marvel,
Blech.
America Chavez,
Blech.
Female Hawkeye, who could have been called Hawkingbird, even though that sounds better, but whatever.
Blech.
Anyways, a lot of those things, they've had to relaunch them over and over and over because they don't sell.
Because they're not interesting characters, they are written horribly, and need I go on?
Yeah, and we've touched on Miss Marvel especially before. But here's the thing that's annoying, is that you'd think that if the comics keep failing, you'd go back to the comics that did well, and you'd be like, well, hey, here's a treasure trove of a bunch of different comics that we can take from and make stories from for a long, long time, and we can entertain. No, they're skipping over all that.
You would think they'd stick with the older stuff, but no, they want to go with the new stuff because it's more quote-unquote inclusive.
And Kevin Feige's come out and said, well, so we decided that, even though the comics suck and had to be relaunched over and over, the success of the comics does not stop us from, making live action stuff based on the stupid characters that will make us no money. But we don't care. We don't care.
Pretty much. It's dumb.
Like, do you guys not understand? If a comic has to be relaunched over and over and over, and the people that you are appealing to you're trying to appeal to an invisible audience that doesn't exist.
And that does not buy your comics.
But even if that was the case, the majority of people who watch cartoons and things involving comics are comic book fans.
Shocking.
So if comic book fans are showing you that they don't like what you're making, whether it's inclusive or not, why would you keep making it?
Because they're dumb.
It's just...
It's really the only answer you can give these days is that they're stupid and they have not a brain cell left in their heads.
And they're literally going to make a Miss Marvel TV show. I can predict that TV show is going to do terribly.
That's an understatement.
Because nobody wants to see these characters. And they're bringing in America Chavez, which... Don't even get me started on her. I'm not even opening that can of worms. If anyone wants to hear what I have to say about America Chavez, leave a like or a comment down below. Let us know. We'll make sure to make a video of that. But yeah, again, you want to hear about that? Let us know. But again, it's like these people are so... Not only are they tone deaf and stupid, they know their comics aren't doing well. Oh, our comics aren't doing well, but we're going to make those characters into our leads anyways. Oh, we're so excited for Captain Marvel 2, aren't you? Psst, they don't like it. Let's rename it The Marvels. That'll make it so that we can, not have to rely on Captain Marvel. Even though she's stunning and brave.
Sigh.
It's just like...
It hurts the brain.
I don't get these people. I never will. They don't make money.
Or sense.
Aren't going to make money. Money. Dollars and cents. You don't have common sense.
Or any sense.
But you're also not going to have any money as well. Not even 2 cents to rub between your fingers. Because you continue to spend money creating these things that nobody wants.
Or buys.
I'm not saying that the shows may not be good. There's a possibility they could be good.
A very slim possibility.
But why would you make a show based off of a character that already you're coming into that does not have wide mainstream appeal?
Because reasons, and pandering, and inclusivity! Which is really not inclusive at all.
How about make a TV show on the Young Avengers?
Oh, that would be cool.
Or, what? No, Ms. Marvel. It's Miss Marvel to you. It is ma'am. Ma'am Marvel. Wait for it. That'll be a thing soon.
Oh, God.
But yeah, so it's just, again, DC, Marvel, Disney, Lucasfilm, all pander, all fail. But guess what?
What?
I don't know.
Yeah.
They somehow still remain afloat, even though they make no money. But it's okay. They sell a lot of comics. And fun fact for you guys is that you have to count the actual amount of comics sold, not the ones shipped. If I get a bunch of comics shipped and they sit on the shelves, that's not any profit. That does not mean they're profitable. Mm-hmm. But of course, these people know that, but they don't care because they literally do not, either they do not have brains or they have such a small amount of brain matter that it's enough for them to function and do nothing else.
Pretty much. At least they'll be safe from the zombie apocalypse.
I guess that's true. But yeah, again, just not surprising anymore, but it's just this thing where, again, they continue to pander, they continue to do these things, and it's just like, you even know that it's not going to do well. You're already coming out and like saying like, well, it's about the inclusivity, not about the comic sales. So,
and that is why they lose money.
If you have to come out and make a statement about the fact that it's not based off bad comic sales, that means you know it's going to be bad, and you're doing it anyways.
We see right through you.
Exactly. Let's move on to the next topic here.
Dave Filoni.
So, this is an interesting one because, there was a rumor that came out that Dave Filoni was finally made executive, creative producer,
or director
blah, 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 blah.
of Star Wars and Lucasfilm.
Which made everybody was like, oh my god, Kathleen Kennedy's gone. No. He's been this for ages. They just were too lazy to upgrade their site.
Yeah.
That's literally all it was. I know.
How lame.
It's Filoni baloney.
And extremely anticlimactic.
And again, I'm not going to go into my feelings about Dave Filoni. I have mixed feelings about him. But again, I don't really watch any Star Wars content anymore. My wife and I are both kind of done with Star Wars. We have been for a while. We just report on it to poke fun. And, like...
Though I am continuing my Clone Wars fanfiction. If you want to stay up to date on that, let me know in the comments.
Yeah, but again, it's nice that they finally remembered to give him the credit that he's been due this whole time.
Yeah.
But other than that, like...
They probably waited this long because he's a straight white male.
I don't know anymore. But again, congratulations, Dave Filoni, on having a position you already had. I'm not sure what else to say about that. You've been decent in Star Wars stuff, so hopefully that continues. Other than that, I don't really care.
Yeah, there's really not much to discuss on this.
I don't care. Like, who cares? Bye.
Moving on.
Bye, Filoni. All right, now we get to talk about a very fun topic. Now, this is something that's come up quite a number of times in the past, but it's made a resurface lately.
The rumor that Brie Larson will be cast as Mara Jade.
And you could see, I had some fun at Brie's expense.
I love it.
Best Jedi ever! But, okay.
Oh, boy.
So, I do not like Brie Larson.
No one likes
Do you like Brie Larson?
No one likes Brie Larson.
I don't even think Brie Larson likes Brie Larson. It wouldn't surprise me at this point.
Not at all.
But of course, she decides that she wants to go into Star Wars, and there's no conclusive evidence that she has been cast as this, but they wanted to cast her as Mara Jade.
Who, is, for those who don't know, in the extended universe, was Luke Skywalker's wife.
Which, here's the thing. At this point, you've already destroyed Luke to the point where now you're going to make his hand-infused blood go into Rey and impregnate Force snakes and fly them around, and who cares?
Check out our last video for more context on that.
Yeah, but again, nobody likes Brie.
No.
And people continue to push her. Now, the fact is, we've been told and heard rumors of the fact that her screen time's been cut down quite a lot in the new The Marvels.
Ooh.
It's totally not Captain Marvel 2, so you should go see it.
No. Not unless Rogue comes in and steals all her power and puts her in a permanent coma.
And even then, I would just watch that scene.
That's the only scene I would watch too.
And then I'd be like, yay.
Moving on.
But yeah, so again, this is just another rumor going around. And again, I feel like Lucasfilth, and I'm saying Lucasfilth on purpose because that's what they are. They're filth.
Yes.
So Lucasfilth puts out these rumors once in a while to see how people will react to them. And the fact that it resurfaces like Rian Johnson's trilogy and Brie being Mara and whatever is a couple things. One, it's to see how people react. And two, it's to basically try and this is my theory on this, it's to try and weed out the people who are the leaks in Lucasfilm. Because if they put out this information and certain YouTubers report it, and it gets mainstream knowledge, they can discover, who have we told lately that we're going to do this? Oh, these people.
Huh, I didn't think of that.
But that's probably what it is, because again, otherwise, it's just stupid. Brie, if she's ever in Star Wars, that would be the stupidest idea that Lucasfilm has had, and they literally are trying to make Rey a Skywalker by using hand blood.
And they created a rock as a character.
Yeah.
Basically, what we're saying is, if they really do cast Brie Larson as Mara Jade, they will lose the entire Star Wars fandom forever.
And people will not be happy about this.
No.
Mark my words, is that you don't seem to understand. Negative press is not good press, Lucasfilth. I know it's very hard for you guys to understand, considering the fact that you guys are made up of the Lucasfilm story group. One of the people which includes Pablo Hidalgo.
You mean Al from Al's Toy Barn?
Yeah, pretty much. Except without the chicken suit.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Put on the chicken suit, Pablo!
Be the chicken that you are!
That way we can roast you.
On a rotisserie?
No, we already roast him anyways.
Okay, good point.
But again, it doesn't really matter at this point. I mean, even if they did this, they'd just be like, it's another, middle finger to the fan base. And at this point, they keep telling us that we're toxic, we're terrible, and they keep coming up with explanations. And again, we've discussed this over and over and over. The cycle repeats.
Indeed.
They put out some new news. People report on it. People don't like it. Then they come out and try to explain it, even though they call everybody terrible and toxic. Then they try to explain away what they've brought up. And then when they can't do that, they call us toxic again, and the cycle repeats.
Pretty much.
So, we're on to you, Lucasfilth. Continue to be filthy. You might want to go take a shower. That way you can scrub the filth off yourself.
Even then, they'd never get the filth off. They're made of filth.
Then again, especially if you're wearing a chicken suit, I wouldn't. I guarantee you'd sweat in there.
Oy.
Nobody likes Brie Larson. She's one of these few actresses that keep getting pushed by mainstream media, and we don't like them.
No.
Nobody likes them.
No.
Nobody wants them.
No.
You could stop already.
Seriously.
Now let's move on to our last topics here.
Also a rumor that Rangers of the New Republic has been cancelled.
Well, either canceled or is not in active development. Now, if you guys don't know, we have covered this multiple times, news about Gina Carano.
And her character, Cara Dune.
And this series was supposedly, and we don't have conclusive evidence of this, but was supposedly supposed to be based around her character. Now, they fired her. and they got rid of her character. So now they got a show with no lead.
Yeah, so it would make sense that they'd cancel it or at least put it on hiatus until they recast her, which they really should not do.
I don't think they should do that, and here's the thing. As this may sound like bad news, but to me it's actually good news.
How so?
Well, because it shows that, let's be honest, Gina would have made this show.
Oh, absolutely.
I would have watched this show. I would have given this show a try just for Gina.
Same.
But because Lucasfilth is stupid, they don't seem to get it. And they continue to behave in stupid ways, but for once, looks like they've bit themselves in the butt because a show that they announced already is probably never going to see the light of day because
they fired the lead actor.
Yeah. Or actress.
Karma.
It's just kind of funny because Lucasfilm needs more karma in their lives.
I love karma.
They need a lot more of it. And again, it's getting to this point where we understand that it's just... I was not going to watch the Star Wars stuff. I was going to try to watch Rangers of the New Republic if it was if it was with Cara Dune and Gina Carano. Mm-hmm. But now I could care less about Star Wars. It's not something that intrigues me. But I do feel like this is at least somewhat evidence to the fact that this was supposed to be based off Gina, and they bit themselves in the butt this time.
Yes.
And you deserve it, Lucasfilm. Gina does not. Lucasfilm, you deserve all the crap you're getting, because that's what you are. Lucasfilth.
Karma.
All right. So now we're going to get on to the time that everybody is waiting for, the diagnosis of the week.
Tell us what this week's diagnosis is.
So, we found an interesting disorder for this week.
And for once, we actually found it on the first try.
So, the disorder for this week, I would diagnose it as schizophreniform disorder.
Tell us, what is that?
Well, it's a short-term psychotic disorder that can distort the way you think, but it also involves in hallucinations, disorganized speech, and not making much sense, using nonsense words, and skipping from one topic to the other. Strange behaviors, and stuff. If that doesn't summarize what the heck's going on with the mainstream media these days, with DC, Marvel, and Disney, especially this week...
It's perfect!
I don't know what does. So yeah, schizophreniform disorder, that's the diagnosis for this week. Again, probably eventually we will start cycling back to diagnoses because there's only so many of them out there.
Yeah, and especially considering that every week has more of the same ridiculousness.
Basically, every week could be narcissism if we wanted it to be.
It could be!
It's literally just...
Or schizophrenia, or DID, or bipolar.
Yeah, but usually just narcissism. Big, giant heaping pile of narcissism.
It's usually narcissism.
But yeah, so that's all for this week. But before we end off today, we have a couple things we want to bring up. One thing is, just so you guys know, my wife has caved and decided to get a Twitter.
Yay!
But I like having you there.
I know.
So if you guys would like to follow her, you will find a link in the description. You will also find a link in our channel banner. Mm-hmm. And you can follow her at Writing Raven 2.
The number 2.
Yeah, and again, she's not going to use it that much.
Hopefully.
She's going to use it more for YouTube stuff, which is fine. Mm-hmm. But again, it's cool because now she can kind of see what I post, and she can also... Not that I didn't show her.
And, as he says... He no longer has to speak for me.
Yeah. Not that I didn't mind speaking for you, but I preferred, that I can now tag you in something and say something. And
besides, there were a couple of people that asked if I was on Twitter. So, you're welcome.
You sound so excited.
I just don't want to get addicted to it.
It's okay, it's Twitter. I don't blame you. But yeah, also, last thing we want to bring up here is... You may have noticed, and I may have posted about this on Twitter, you may have noticed some of our channel art has changed.
It's beautiful now!
Our banner, our outro, and the thumbnail for this video has been changed. I would like feedback on all 3 of these things,
Please do, please do, please do, please do. He worked so hard on them, and they're so beautiful.
It took me a long time to do the thumbnail especially, and if we like the thumbnail, what we'll end up doing is we'll probably end up using the same style from now on, so please let us know what you think of that thumbnail. Let us know what you think of our new outro. It's pretty similar, the music is similar, but it's a little different. Mm-hmm. And also let us know what you think about the channel banner. We just wanted to kind of make it a little bit more
Gothic.
iconic.
And Gothic, because we are Gothic therapy after all.
Yeah, and that's all. Let us know what you think of this episode in the comments. Let us know, do you agree with our opinions on some of this stuff? Do you not?
Do you want us to report on more stuff next week?
Let us know. Also, let us know feedback on, all the different kinds, all the different new channel art. And yeah.
Channel art, yes.
So that's all for this week. Make sure to like the video, comment, share, and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss your weekly therapy session.
Because you don't want to get charged.
Exactly. But yeah, otherwise, that's all for this week, and we will see you next week.
Gothic therapy, out.